And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OSC as we've returned. We've returned here with the quarterfinals, with our next quarterfinal match here in the PiGosaur Cup number 56. We are jumping into our fresh series, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left hand corner we have his opponent. I assumed it was going to be Greenert, but no, instead we have the teal Terran player. It is Greenert for PiGosaur. Let's go, baby. Let's go. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series, as Greenert did actually take down Greenert 2-1, went all the way to the ace match. Greenert has been knocked out of the tournament, and Greenert does rise to take his place. Again, the Canadian Terran player, papi, very nicely done, does advance on the face-off against MaxPax in the next round, and we'll see if we can keep that streak going. Already a big win for Greenert to take down Greenert. Can he do the next best thing, or can he take down his next one? God, I have to get rid of the tuna. Can he threaten MaxPax? Let's go. MaxPax, of course, being the best Protoss player in all of Europe, MaxPax is a terrifying opponent to go up against. Best of luck to Greenert. Let's go. For now, Economic Opener is going for a Rax Expand. Single gas geyser out of Greenert. We saw nothing but double gas openers on Hyper Aggression out of Milky Cow, but here we have a more economic start out of our Terran. So a very different approach as we are loading into Winter Madness. When it comes to the map, Winter Madness is a very large map of the map pool, longer rush distance by ground. We do often see longer and later games on this map, so we'll see how our players do approach this. We'll see if we do try to embrace and get into the mid game. For now, we do see a delayed CC that was around 4:30-ish, so a delayed CC here from Greenert, nicely done here by MaxPax. Not the most amazing kind of start here, but a nice little pick off, or a nice little just forcing a little bit of inefficiency, I should say, out of Greenert as we settle into a longer game state. Likewise, we'll keep an eye on the tech of choice. Because Winter Madness is so large, it does mean that something like a Stargate opener is more viable here. We expect to see a Twilight Council, but not unheard of to go for something like a Stargate play. We'll keep an eye on MaxPax. Meanwhile, that is not a factory, that is a second Rax. Oh boy, with a second Rax being turned down, we're waiting for a third. There it is, 3 Rax. 3 Rax stim timing out of Greenert. Hyper aggression in the follow-up here. There's going to be very strong stim timing. Now, when it comes to MaxPax across the map, it's going to be on him to confirm what's going on and to react and to respond. Ideally, what you want to do here, there's a couple different ways. You can respond with a faster Robo into a faster Bay into faster Colossus production, or you can respond with extra gateways with Blink, and you can engage ahead of time. What's important here is that this is going to be a very strong stim timing, but delayed factory, delayed starport, no supportive units, no medevacs. Every stim hurts, and of course, engaging at a time, it means you can focus down and shut down the Marines ahead of time as well, to slow down, to weaken the push. Again, it's going to be on MaxPax to do so. For the time being, we do see MaxPax move out, 2 SCVs going down, denies mining, and even delays the bunker. It's a nice start by MaxPax. Behind this, add-ons are on the way, opening up with a concussive shell. Interesting, with mirror order production. I see that should be dealt with. A second death has arrived, which means we can just take the fight. Oh. Yeah, now Tutorial Depths is getting a little bit out of hand. Again, this is delaying the economy heavily here for Greenert. He should have a saturated natural. Ooh. And finally, he can break out. There's a cancellation. Does cancel the bunker. Isn't Greenert a Protoss player? He is not. Greenert is Terran. You may have seen Greenert play Protoss in other tournaments. I believe there are certain cases where Greenert does off-race for, I believe there's like MMR restricted tournaments. So there are tournaments that are MMR restricted where he does kind of like switch his race and play something else. So we have seen that before. I think we've casted Greenert play random before, and he lands on Protoss. I think we've seen that as well. But yeah, Greenert, he's main race Terran. But you're correct in saying that I believe we have casted his Protoss before. For now though, we have our CC on the high ground. Again, our sim timing is upon us. We do see the Greenert, he's transitioning out of this, but this should still be a very committed timing here from our Terran player. And we do see MaxPax engage ahead of time, does pick away at the Marines. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6 Marines going down. Nice pickoffs, and this is just delaying a Greenert's push. Ooh. We'll get a Stalker, bit of miscontrol by MaxPax. Yeah, a couple of Stalkers go down, nice stim. Does him in, does chase his Prism, and the Prism, oh, can you get away? Oh my god, just barely will. Yeah, the Prism does pull out, and MaxPax does get away. Behind this, MaxPax claiming his third base, getting to the rest of his gateway composition, going into charge, going into storm, not Colossus. But the sim timing that Greenert was building up towards, at this point, it's come and gone, right? He's bled out how many Marines in total? 8. 8 Marines have gone down this game. This push has been weakened. We see MaxPax dropping. Greenert, he's forced back home. And now we have to build up in towards the mid game. Ooh, Starport is delayed. E-base as well. Nice pickups. Getting another 5 SCVs. 6, 7. 7 SCVs going down. So nice damage here by MaxPax. Behind this, MaxPax settling into storm, settling into a splash damage. And getting more comfortable. So, getting more comfortable. Greenert has potential with this bio army. So far, he's unscattered, so he might be able to slip into one of the mineral lines. There's potential here. Now he does pull away. So far, drop back into the main base. Once again, delays one of the E-bays just barely. Another E-bay is delayed. Picks up a handful more Marines, and the Prism even gets away. Here comes the main army. Massive storm on the bio. Stood in the storms. And MaxPax is pushing in towards the third base. There's still a standing bio army, but there's 2 more storms left. We got 2 more storms. MaxPax, he's getting a little bit supply blocked here. Yes, he is stuck at 117. Storms are coming in, they do connect. Ooh, they catch out the army. There's a final storm. Sorry, I think there's one more. Yeah, there we go. There's the final storm. And with that, MaxPax, he's done it. He has broken the third base, gets into the mineral line, takes down the Metavax. There's a handful more orders left, but they're heavily overstimmed. They're softened up from the storms. And they're being chased down. Yeah, they're just being chased down. GG gets called, and MaxPax takes game number 1. Will take a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Greenert, he did have potential early on when it came to his build, but MaxPax was able to be aggressive ahead of time, was able to slow down the army, and in the end, the sim timing never got across the map. He was stuck at home, bled out too much, forced to expand, forced to get a third base, but had a shaky start, or shaky transition, getting into that third. GG. GG, well played. With that, MaxPax takes the lead in the series. Now we're getting to game number 2. Let's go. Game 2 is going to be on Throne of the Dunes, another one of these larger maps. Here we go. This is also where I'm not really too fond of the idea of going for these more committed builds on these larger maps. Takes a longer time to get across the map, to make use of the build as well, to hit that timing. But we'll see how our players do adjust coming into our next map. We'll see what build we go for this time. As I would imagine, we're not going to go for the same stim timing. Show us what you got. Here we go. Did you catch Greenert versus Nico? Unfortunately not. We were covering Milky Cow versus Hero at the time. We did miss it, but here we go, spawning in the left-hand corner of Throne of the Dunes. And we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Canadian Terran player. We have the Teal Terran representing PiGosaur. It is a Greenert. Here we go. Whew. So getting into game 2. Again, last game, Greenert went for a 3-rack stim timing, did miss his timing. In the end, MaxPax, he was able to be aggressive. He was able to engage ahead of time. This time, what do we go for? As welcome to Throne of the Dunes. Again, it is a larger map, longer rush distance by ground. We have a relatively secure 3-base setup. Your 4th base is a little bit more vulnerable, is a little bit more spread out, but we'll see if we are able to embrace that longer game state, as this time, double gas opener out of Greenert, going for a delayed CC. Also, I have to remind myself to remove the tuna. The tuna. We'll get rid of it. After this series, I'll do my best. As for now, we are setting up on the high ground. MaxPax does confirm both gases, and we'll be able to dip out as well. We'll see if we can avoid the Reaper. Probe does evacuate. Does attempt to pull out. And does make it back home. Let's go. Probe makes it back. When it comes to the initial double gas opener, it's going to be racks into factory. We should be seeing a CC on the high ground. We're just waiting for a little bit of extra minerals. There we go. CC is on the way. So safe for command center. It will take a little bit longer to float over, but it will not be delayed. Remember last game with the double adept, we saw that MaxPax was able to heavily delay mining at the natural, which also delayed the push as well. True, right? Like there's a lot that kind of came into that. It wasn't just that MaxPax was aggressive ahead of time, but he also did kind of stifle the push and stifle the timing thanks to the night mining at the natural. Speaking of, adept does move out. Second adept as well. At the same time, a Greenert slipping into the main. Oh, no safety shield battery in the main base either. Probes, they can fall. Oh, yeah, boys are being pulled. So nice control by MaxPax. He does pull away those weakened workers, but one probe does still fall. Gets one, gets two. Gets two, gets 3 pro kills. Very nice damage here by Greenert. 4 probes going down. Can we get 5? Can we get 6? Oh, goes for the no. Gets surrounded. We'll lose 1. The Order of the Reapers does full and is going to be cleaned up. And gets a full scout. Confirms the blink. That's still going to be 5 probe kills. Not a bad start here by Greenert. Not bad at all. 5 probes for 2 adepts. Sorry, for 2 reapers. That is well worth it here for Greenert. And now we can expand. And back at home, he will have the defensive Cyclone. So unlike last time, he does have an army to deal with the adepts. He can shut them down. He defends. So he's getting to his 1-1-1. Back across the map, we see MaxPax going to his own 3-gate blink. So 2 more gates on the way, 3-gate blink. Very safe play here by MaxPax. We'll see if he goes for... Oh, yep, he's going for the robo. We'll see if he goes for gases or if he just expands from here, as he can choose to stay on 2 bases a little bit longer to be safer. Greenert, he's shocking around, hoping to catch the adepts. MaxPax, he comes in from the right hand side, and Greenert will spot this. Hoping he does. Ooh, adepts they get into the main. Cancels shade. Mule goes down, gets a mule, gets an SCV. Nice damage here by MaxPax, does some counter damage after losing those probes. Getting 2 SCVs and a mule. Keeping Greenert busy. Here comes the move outs. MaxPax does take his gases first before expanding. He may even go for a Temple Archives before the 3rd base as well. He may be that much more committed. As MaxPax moves out, tank is on the ramp. Oh, did move down to low ground, is exposed. Gets 1. The Marines, they do somewhat punish. I believe they get 1 Stalker. Yeah, 1 Stalker goes down for a tank. Better trade for MaxPax. Cyclone jump into the main. Greenert, he gets in. Does get into the mineral line. Nice damage here. Probes are falling, forcing a recall as well. Can he get out of here? Oh, ooh, he will not. Brutal pickoff here. Medevac does fall, does get 6 probes, does force the recall at least, and Greenert, he is safe back at home. He's alleviated that pressure. Very late third base for MaxPax. It's a third base after charge begins, after the gases. And it was a third base after Temple Archives. Okay. So again, really safe play to MaxPax. This means that he gets early storm, late expansion. So there's a bit of a give and take here. Which is ideal if Greener goes for a 2-base all-in. That Storm would be ready for said all-in. Oh. Prism is denied. There are TCs on the way, so Greener, he's not going for the all-in. He is slowly building up into a longer game. The game will continue. For now, it's MaxPax just containing Greenert. Spreading out. He's got Stalkers towards the left, Prism towards the right, Observer on the main army, of course. MaxPax sees everything. He didn't see the command center, so MaxPax is not fully aware of about whether or not this is an all-in or not. Nice scan. Spots the Observer. And if Greener does move out, MaxPax is ready to backstab. He's ready for the backstab. Ooh, double drop will slip out. Just barely. MaxPax, he moved over the Stalker. I did rotate the wrong moment. Drop does slip out. And MaxPax will pull away. How many had Templar? Plenty. He's got 4 Templar here at the third base. He's got his reinforcing army as well, so his third base is safe. Happens to be where Greener is heading. Here comes the main push. And as I mentioned, as Greener moves out, Prism moves in. Greener's somewhat in position. We'll lose 1 SCV. Defends. Meanwhile, drop into the main. Can go for the warp in. Oof. Yeah, the drop gets called out, Medevac falls, massive pickoff. But what about the 4th base? Yeah, the 4th base should be cancelled. At the same time, a warp in does complete in the main. SCVs are going down across the map. There's a cancellation on the Nexus, but that's going to be 14 dead SCVs. And here come the storms. Yeah, here come the storms. Mine shots, nice dodge. We'll dodge the mines. Sentry goes down. 17 SCV kills across the map. Zelsa catching more reinforcements than Greener. No! Losing the tanks. Brutal pickups here. Medevac goes down. Tank goes down as well. And Greener, sure, he was able to deny the 4th base, but he's bleeding out some key units here. Both tanks full. And MaxPax didn't just keep pushing. He can't just keep pushing. I believe the War Prism wasn't even sniped. It's still alive as well. Yeah, the Prism is still out there. MaxPax, he defends back at home. Third base is under fire. And Greener, he cannot defend the third. Not with all these storms. No. Storms, they zone away. More storms are coming in. Oh, Jesus. Can't defend the storms, they kill everything. The storms, they just annihilate the entire army. And we still got more storms. GG gets called, and MaxPax will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. There's a lot of storms, papi. GG, well played. MaxPax will claim the series. Shout out to Greenert, as he was able to hold his own for a time, and he did have some nice moments, of course, when it came to his own harass, when it came to his own counter damage. I mean, the Reaper opener was nice. He killed 5 probes. He killed 5 probes with his initial Reapers. Like that, there was definitely some nice moments there. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, MaxPax had a lot of map vision and map control. He didn't miss the double drop moving out, but his reinforcements were at the third base anyway, so his third base was fine. On top of that, he did see the main push, which means he could backstab, and that's end of the game. Winding it back, remember, he killed 17 SCVs with that War Prism in the main base, so that one backstab crippled the economy, and did kind of set MaxPax up for success. So GG well played. With that, MaxPax, he will claim the series, and let us head on over and catch up on the semis.